better rock this at the drop of a dime, baby. I don't know what y'all gonna do with this.
Oh man.
You got to be funky if you're gonna be on it. I don't care who start, I don't care what y'all do, but you got to be finished before the music is through.
Hey, how y'all doing today? My name is Mecal, and this is MecalsMilestones, and this is my brother Marcus.
What up, though?
Hey, today we're going to discuss: are we raising our kids to trust the police or survive police encounters? That's the topic. You know, that's what we want to talk about. My personal opinion, I'm trying to do both. I want my kids to respect the law, but still have some type of survival tactics.
Yeah. I get that. Yeah, same thing. It's interesting as to the question, right? As far as are they the trust police or the survival part? Because to me, it feels like, why should they even have to have both? Mm-hmm. Like, why is it that they should even have to deal with the survival piece? Right. You got those big major cases out there: George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Tamir. You have all these major cases, and so there's examples. The issue is there are examples as to why we actually do need to teach survival. Yeah, yes. And so I think that's really where we want to check to see which one should we do. Is there one more than the other? But like you said, I think for me, I feel like there is a both. There's a balance in that scale. Yeah. And so I think that's what we're going to be talking about on today. Yeah, I think, the main points, it's very important. I mean, it's very important. And now, here's the thing. You have to realize, too, that these police officers are trying to make it home, too. I'm not going to get a lot of fans with that one, but I got to bring it up because they got families, too, So my first initial instinct is to teach my kids where to place their hands, be respectful, and that's going to try to, de-escalate the whole situation. But be respectful, because it doesn't help anyone when you're hostile. Right. And you will be hostile if you get pulled over for no reason, or if there's a situation where, especially these kids nowadays, they don't want to listen to us. Right. So they damn sure not going to listen to no police officer. Right. And then on top of that, you got social media showing you certain things and certain tactics, and so they started to think that, I think I know what I'm talking about, when they may not know what they're talking about. They know. And next thing you know, they're telling the police, I'm not about to do anything and this and that. And it just starts to just unravel. And here's the biggest part, right? Here's what I've always taught my kids is that you don't let the officer be the judge, the juror, and the executioner on the road. See, that's why you got to make it home. That's that survival tactic part, right? Yeah. Where if you're up here battling back and forth and doing a great job battling, but you hurt the officer's feelings, something could go wrong. Yeah. You won that battle, but we lose the war because something goes wrong and you didn't make it home. I need you to make it home. Right? How about be respectful? How about if you need to record it, and then if there's some point, that's where if something happened that should not have happened, at that point, that's when we go, okay, there's a thing called internal affairs. There is a police that police, and whether you trust that or not, but then that's when you can put things on social media. That's when you can go talking about lawsuits, stuff like that. But you got to make it home first. Got to make it home. So that's that survival tactic that we did start to instill in our kids, right? When it came time to them getting pulled over and trying to, as far as that's what that was a part. That's what I was about. The de-escalation. Yeah. And I believe in. We probably should start doing police drills. People do fire drills all the time. Carbon monoxide. We do all these drills. We need to have a drill with our kids. Woo! What you gonna do first? Yeah. What you gonna do next? Yeah. Because again, making it home alive is the most important thing. Yeah. And so let me just spit out some stats. Just this year,
523 people have been shot and killed by police, and it's just April.
Right.
Now, again, I don't defend that. I mean, but they have families too. If I got to protect myself against you, it's gonna happen. So you got to look at it from both sides.
Yeah.
But what we're talking about is our children, our grandchildren, our families, and I want my family to make it home safe. Sure. So we're gonna de-escalate that situation. And another thing is, on my point of view, is we need to have proper training for these new police officers. And the old police officers, for that matter.
Yeah,
we have to teach them how to de-escalate, and you got to know who you're dealing with.
Yeah,
because these YNs don't care.
They don't. I mean, and you're right. So when you look at that scenario, one, there should be more emphasis on de-escalation. So let's just go there. Second, there should be a thing and that's more of the training part for the officers, right?
Yeah,
they should train better in de-escalation. And then on top of that, you have the police officers. We are hoping and praying that, hey, listen, we know they got to go home at the end of the day too, but we want it to be where it's mutual, right? How do we start even going towards that process? One way to go towards that process is to have more programs, more community-based programs where the police are coming out in the meetings that we have. How about, first of all, we got to show up in the meetings.
That's right.
The police show up in the meetings, and it can't always be a bashing. It's got to be like, I'm talking about even like the games, football games, basketball games, things like that. Even before the game, hey, have a little conversation piece, and it's not necessarily got to be about us versus you. It's just, hey, I like when you come down this way and you around the block, and there's different programs that they have out there.
Right.
Like a lot of times we still see those programs around the holiday season where you see an officer, they may pull somebody over, but then come up there and give you a gift.
Right.
And not give you a ticket. It's those programs, those exercises that you see that help to bring communities together. Yeah. And that's what we have to start pressing the issue for, is if you want to get to the trust factor, we have to have the programs in place on both sides, right? To where we meet that and we begin any relationship takes both sides.
It takes both sides.
You can't have one trying to do it and the other one being ignorant. You can't do that. Education is the biggest piece as to how we get better in this situation. So that trust and that survival, until I can get the trust part there, I have to continue to preach the survival, because that's how we are able to at least continue to the next day.
So what's the answer? We raising them to trust them?
I mean, I think it's still both. I think, yeah. I mean, I want it to be trust, but I think we still have a ways to get to the trust,
right? Especially
when you look at the internet and you see the different things that's going on when there are people who have their own opinions.
Yeah,
and it's just interesting that we all pretty much, we like to attach ourselves to the raggedy part of things,
we do,
right?
Yeah.
So
we'll support that.
There could be 100 cases of police officers doing what they need to do, and then there's one race, and all of a sudden we focus on one with an officer raised voice. And why are you talking to why are you talking to me like that, or my kid like that? Let alone your kid just ran three red lights, almost hit 2 people, but because the officer yelled at him, now we got an issue and a problem. So again, it's kind of a big thing that, I mean, it's a big circle that we need to work on. But in that, we just have to start taking baby steps to get to the trust. So right now, I would say I want both, but I'm still teaching the survival first, because that's the part where you can control. You can control what you tell your kids, and your kids can control what they say and do.
That's right.
And that's the part.
That's the part. And I'm gonna end it with this. Well, I'm gonna say this. Listen, it's gonna come a time when, because I was all about them streets when I was coming up, but when you get older and you become a homeowner yourself, who you gonna call? Because believe it or not, One of these days, you're gonna have to call that man, or as y'all call him, 12, or the police, or whoever, popos, whatever.
Yeah.
I want my kids to trust him for that matter and that fact alone, because one day you're gonna need that protection, and that's what it's supposed to be for in the first place.
Right. And you got to remember this: they're human too, right?
That's
we
right.
said it already. You can't call them, and then when they show up at the door, you open the door and say, "I don't like you." First and foremost, I don't trust you. Second of all, but I need you.
I need you.
You can't. There are people who actually say that.
Yes.
And expect that officer to give them 100 to be 100 professional. Telling you all now, they're human just like you. You open that door talking about, I don't care about you, I don't like you, I can't stand you, but I need you.
I need you.
How about just open the door, tell them what you need, let them do what they got to do. You don't always, and this is the thing for when we teach our kids. You don't always got to say the first thing that comes to your mind out your mouth.
Count to 5 and think about it first.
Stop. You don't always, that's just me. That's just who I am. You're only 16. You only been acting like this for the last 4 years. Right. It's up to 12. You didn't even act like this.
Right.
So this is a 4-year stint. Shut your mouth. Just don't say everything that comes to your mind.
Yes.
That's never been the right thing.
It's never been the right thing. That's why they say you have the right to remain silent.
Man. Yes.
Well, anyway, hey, until the next time, this is Mecal from MecalsMilestones, and I want y'all to be great.
Hey, let's be great together.
That's what's up.
Like, click, subscribe.
Please do.
Many in the past tried to do what I